Hi world, this is Erin here, The Breath of Wellness. Small little company that I have that helps people breathe better, helps people meditate, helps people learn a little bit more about their inner being so that life doesn't have to feel so restrictive, so forceful, so frustrating. You know what I mean? A Breath of Wellness started back in 2013 when I had this idea. I was in my master's program for coaching, and I had this idea that I could take this passion that I have, this way of life that I support for myself, and give it to other people. And it just started growing, and I don't know, I just started building an idea, building a website, building theories and strategies and programs and workshops and what would a session look like. And several of you may have come to one of my sessions or are my clients or are considering trying breath work and just haven't made that jump yet. I was like that too. I got scared and wasn't willing to look at my own stuff, you know. It's easier to look at everyone else's stuff. It's easier to point the finger and say, this is what you're doing wrong. But when I look in the mirror and I take a snapshot of my own path, of my own life, of my own insecurities and frustrations, I realize that I only have the power to change myself. And all those years and I was pointing my finger at somebody else, really it was just my own mirroring happening. So I share with you today this beautiful, beautiful idea that you have the power to change yourself. And once we really feel into that, really kind of get an idea of what that feels like, what that looks like, it takes a huge weight off of our shoulders. Because for years, the thought of changing somebody else was just like heavy, traumatizing, because it never worked. And I felt like I failed every day. And so once I really started to look at my own stuff and seeing the progress within myself, and it all began with breath. It all began with me taking a few deep breaths and actually turning my attention and my focus inward to this idea that there's a whole world inside of me that's happening. And once I started to pay attention to that, once I started to get quiet and learn the art of shifting focus and shifting attention, because that's really all that is. It's not stopping thoughts. It's not, this myth that we can rest our brain. Really, it's about shifting our awareness. It's about shifting our attention from one thing to another, from the dance of thought to the dance of breath. And once we master, rephrase, once we learn, I don't think we ever master, the art of that dance, then we can really tune in to the options that we have. So I am sitting out here on a creek in the middle of Northern Neck, Virginia, Reedville, Virginia, on my paddleboard that I've missed so much. And I just had this idea to share with you a little bit about what it was like for me, how I got here, and that I'm ready and willing to offer this practice to you. So if you're curious about breath work, if you're curious about meditation, if you're curious about the habitual way that you breathe incorrectly, or the frustrations or the insecurities of these behaviors that we have, if we look at how our breath is tailored to that behavior, it can give us a lot of information. If we change our breath, we can change our behavior. It's magnificent, really. So, to all my dear friends and family, sending you love from the water. Mwah.